Welcome everybody back to the JV Sports Room. As usual, your host, JDino, the other half of the team behind the scenes, my man Vince.
Yeah.
Over in the Kobe corner, holding it down. My man J Money, welcome back to the show, brother.
What it is, man. Let's do it again.
And y'all know over in the starting center spot, holding it down, my man Big J. What's happening, baby?
What's good, baby? We out here, baby. Let's do it.
And we back with a thriller because you know what? This past week, what did we have? That Super Bowl was a thriller, right? I mean, hey.
Yeah, that was a game. That was a game.
That was a game, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Bengals hung tight.
They did, man. They came out fighting, man. It was a heck of a game, man. Much respect to both squads, though. You know, it's a lot to talk about in this game, though. I mean,
for sure. Rams 23, Bengals 20.
Mm-hmm.
Came down to, you know, the last play of the game, pretty much. So Stafford, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I think the game kind of played out the way we talked about in a couple weeks. Is, you know, the Bengals offensive line, can they hold up against them defensive boys for the Rams? You know, we saw Burrow get hit 11 times, 7 sacks.
On his back 7 times.
The Rams defense put up 8 tackles for a loss, too, on top of that.
Yeah.
Too many times. Too many hits, man.
Too many, man.
I mean, it impacted the game tremendously to the point that Aaron Donald could have been considered the co-MVP at least, right, man?
I think he took over. He took over the second half.
Exactly. He took over that drive, especially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But early on in the first half, man, it was a chess match. You know, it seemed like to me that both defenses were playing, you know, soft covers. They weren't giving anything deep. Mm-hmm. They were giving everything up front. You know, all the short dump off passes to Jamar Chase that we saw. Mm-hmm. The Rams couldn't get the ball running. I think the total team had 43 yards rushing. So that was something they were working through. We saw Odell Beckham get involved early.
Yeah, he was in for a big game.
Yeah. My MVP call was looking really good. But then unfortunately.
But I got Cooper Kupp as my MVP. Y'all remember me saying that? Yeah. Hey, look, man, that guy showed up.
No, he did.
You know, he
did for sure.
He let everybody get involved early, but end of the game, my man threw him on his back. Hey, and my favorite play in that entire drive, and I think it might have been the most crucial, and it was a heck of a play call, and it could have got blown up easily. But on 4th and 1, an end around to Cooper Kupp.
That was nice.
Huge, man.
Huge call. You mentioned it could have got blown up easily, you know, and would have been a tackle for loss, man. But that play right there was a part of that. What they mentioned on the show was that 15-play drive for 79 yards. And that was the game-winning drive at the end of the day. And mind you, Cooper Kupp had 46 of those 79 yards leading up to the touchdown, the 1-yard touchdown in the back of the end zone.
Very, very well deserving of that MVP, man.
Yeah, man. 8 for 92, 2 touchdowns.
Including the game winner. In the corner of the end zone.
I mean, you think about it, definitely was a chess match to begin with. I mean, even just the average depth of reception between both teams. Bengals were at 11.7 yards and the Rams were at 10.9 yards. So that alone shows like the way they were going back and forth. Like the X factor was the Bengals offensive line, man.
Yeah.
You know, you think about it, that scare that happened at the end with Burrow. You would hope that the Bengals really take consideration in providing this man some protection. That's your franchise quarterback, 70 tackles throughout the course of the season and playoffs. That's way too many for a QB coming off an ACL injury like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they got to really take that into consideration.
So on top of the fact that the game was pretty much lost because of the offensive line, but you could have easily lost Joe Burrow to an injury, man. They have to consider that.
That's a fact.
And as a matter of fact, my man Stokes, shout out to you, homie, man. Your boys held tight, man. It was a great game. Keep your chin up, bro.
Yeah.
But, you know, he said it. They have to draft 7 offensive linemen in that draft and made the best 5 win.
For sure, man.
Because, man,
I think
crucial.
I think one thing I wish I wouldn't see more out of the Bengals in that game was more production than Mixon. I mean, he was having a great game. 15 rushes for 72, 4.8 yards per carry.
Yep.
I think if they could have utilized that run game a little more, I mean, they would be a different story right now, in my opinion, because the Rams weren't running for anything. I mean, they averaged 1.9 yards per carry.
I agree, but at the same time, kind of like what Stokes said last week, Joe Mixon and even CJ, the tight end, they had to use them to chip, at these big guys coming on the edge. So it's hard to get involved when you're chip blocking on pretty much every possession. So.
Yeah, I mean, the first half, they did a really, really good job. There was really any sacks in the first half. It was the second half, the defense adjustments that the Rams made where they were taking Von Miller from the outside and swinging him around inside, forcing the center to make a decision. Do I block down on Aaron Donald or do I check Von Miller coming around the corner? So that was the key for the defense, that I noticed in the second half, man. But I mean, at the end of the day, the Bengals, they were in the game. Like they were putting up points.
I mean, especially coming out the second half, T. Higgins got away with one.
Man, you're talking about that bad call, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, the face mask of Jalen Ramsey.
And I like to go on record. There's so many people talking about the whole Cooper Kupp. With the linebacker at the end of the game. But the one that T. Higgins got away with was even worse. And it was for a huge play.
Yeah, when we saw you mentioned the Cooper Kupp with the linebacker, I said it out loud as we were watching the game. I was like, oh, the referees, they owed him that one.
Yeah.
They owed him that one for the
ball don't lie call.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
They had to find a way to get it in there, man, but they owed him that one for sure, man.
But TT had a good game, though. He had a game about it. 400 with 2 touchdowns. Mixon threw him one of them.
Yeah, Mixon.
That was big, man. They came with a little trickery early in the game, man.
Yeah. And we mentioned also last week for the defensive side of for the Bengals is, the secondary was able to do what I mentioned. You got after Stafford a little bit, and he was able to throw interceptions. We had two interceptions from Awuzie and Jesse Bates.
He did. And Jesse Bates, that was a beautiful interception. Yeah. Shout out to the Bengals for defense for stepping up.
They did what they were supposed to do.
Right.
They did what they were supposed to do. They made it a game, man.
They're right there, though. I think the Bengals got a great future ahead of them. The rebuild isn't fully done yet, but they got options, opportunities to make this squad even better. Such a young core from offensive players. And the big thing is just focus on that offensive line. You got to protect Burrow.
Got to. That's your franchise. You got to protect your franchise, Bengals.
Man, let's take it on back, man. Let's really paint this picture, what this means for the Rams. Because we saw, the rumblings going into this game that if the Rams were to win, what does this mean for Aaron Donald? Is he going to retire?
True.
Aaron Donald came to life at the end of the game when the team needed him the most.
And ended up holding up his helmet.
Yeah.
Waiting for that ring.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Aaron Donald.
But
you got yours, B.
Not only just Aaron Donald, though, if you think about it, you got McVay kind of playing this thing up in the air, like, we'll see if I come back or not. Whitworth became the oldest player after Brady retired, so he's probably end up going. Now you got the OBJ situation. So when you think about what the Rams did and just straight selling the house to get this ring, they accomplished the mission.
They did.
But no first in 23, no first next year.
Yep.
They got to wait to 24 even to make a sound investment on an early player to actually bring into that organization. So there's still some moves that got to be made on that organization right now.
But the question you always ask yourself, is it worth it? And for me, I think it's worth it, man. You
too.
get that Super Bowl ring, especially, for guys like Aaron Donald and also Matt Stafford,
Yeah, the funniest thing though, about Aaron Donald at the end of the game when they asked him if he's coming back, and all I could think of myself like, man, he's got his wifey back there. He's like, he ain't about to get in trouble right now.
This is the best question right now.
This is the best day of my life. You're not about to ruin this for me.
Yeah. But the question I asked, does this Super Bowl win? There's a Super Bowl ring for Matthew Stafford. Long time great quarterback in the league.
Deserves it.
Is he a Hall of Famer? Does this give him the stamp of, hey, put him in there?
He definitely deserves it, man. He's fought for a long time on a bad team in a bad organization with terrible weapons.
That guy Calvin Johnson.
Okay, all right. He was pretty good. But outside of Calvin Johnson, they really got him nothing for a long time. And you know what? Yeah, he deserves it, man. I think so. Why not?
I agree. I totally agree. You mentioned the bad team and what he was able to do in Detroit. We see where Detroit is now without him. Pretty much carrying him on his shoulders. But man, another player I don't want to gloss over this. You mentioned Cooper Kupp. Boys, I don't think we kind of realize what we witnessed this year as far as Cooper Kupp. We're talking about a player out of Eastern Washington, not a well-known school, but what he was able to do this year, I think we witnessed the greatest wide receiver year that we've ever seen before. You're talking about Triple Crown winner, most receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns. We're talking about the offensive player of the year. Got votes for the MVP as well. And now we're talking about Super Bowl MVP. There's been nobody to ever do it in 1 year. Jerry Rice did it, but it took a couple years to, for him to do it. But in 1 year, so let's not forget about this year that we witnessed from Cooper Kupp, man.
Yeah.
He deserved it. All deserving to him. All deserving to Aaron Donald. All deserving to Matthew Stafford. The whole Rams organization, man. They were the better team. You know, I think we all knew this coming in.
Speaking on the wide receivers, though, man, congrats to Van Jefferson. He had to run out the game real quick. His wife had to get rushed to the ER because she was giving birth. So, you know, that, I mean, you win a Super Bowl ring and, you know, and then you're holding your baby later, just an hour later or so, you're holding your baby. Like
literally two amazing feats in one night.
You can't write up your life path better than that, right?
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. But then on the other side of that, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but, you know, Odell Beckham situation.
Yeah, man.
You get to the dance, you score the first touchdown. It's looking high.
And to me, that was my favorite play of the game. It was. Yo, it was so dope to see Odell get back into that end zone, act that feat of the game. You see what I'm saying? To be in this level, to be in this Super Bowl, and just to everything he's been through in Cleveland, all the naysayers putting him back down. One we saw on film, it wasn't Odell, because look what he did when he came into the Rams organization.
Absolutely.
So to me,
you
that
see the emotions at the end of the game, man.
It hurts, man.
Yeah, it hurts, but it was happy tears, but you know, it hurts at the same time, man. You know, it happened obviously last game of the season, so he's probably going to miss most of next season.
The question I pose is,
he's a free agent.
Is this a career ender for him, man? Like, is he going to be able to rebound again? You know, we coming off an ACL last year. Now another ACL. Will he be the same explosive player? Even if he does come back.
He can't come in and out his cuts like that when he's running his routes. Things of that nature.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he got his ring, man.
He got his ring.
He did.
And, you know, I think he'll probably take next season off. He'll take it off completely, rehab completely, and probably be looking forward to the 2024 season.
Yeah, it's interesting to see where this Ram team goes. You know, you've seen teams in the past, even the year when the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl, and that next year they imploded. You know, it wasn't the same team at all. So, you know, with the Aaron Donald situation, with the Odell Beckham situation,
Robert Woods took an ACL.
Robert Woods, you know, was this a 1 year thing? An all in, let's push it for 1 year. You know, Sean McVay potentially, we don't know.
They pushed all in, and they dealt, like you said, with a lot of injuries and adversity, man. And props to them. They succeeded, man.
Yeah, they did.
LA Rams, Super Bowl champs. Congratulations.
Facts. Hey, but before we move on, hey, shouts out to 50 Cent for putting the big boys back on the mat. Big body boys back on the mat, baby. I see you, 50. Shouts to 50, baby.
Yo, but on the halftime show, man, I think that was one of the flyest halftime shows I've seen, just in respects to hip hop itself, man. I think that's the first time it was all hip hop.
Yeah. Facts.
You know, just the West Coast came out.
West Coast took over, man.
Yeah, they came out representing.
Crippin' one, baby.
But it just shows the mastery of Dr. Dre and what he's all put together, and what he's formulated from Aftermath to G Unit to Shady Records, and just getting Mary involved with him. And that was real dope to see Mary out there.
It was huge.
She needed to do Real Love, man.
That's what I said, man. Don't do Real Love the day before Valentine's Day.
That's what I said. But yo, you know, and took a knee at the, out of respect, and that was fly.
NFL didn't like that though.
What they gonna do?
To me, I just think that on the strength of hip hop, that was a real dope halftime show.
Shouts to hip hop.
Even the floor right there, they had the map.
It was the perfect halftime show for a great game. Great halftime show for a great game. I was entertained Sunday. All right, so as usual, we're gonna cross over into the NBA. Still holding down the Kobe corner. My man J Money. Starting center spot. Big J.
Big body boy.
No change to the lineup right now. But there have been a lot of changes to a lot of NBA lineups though, right?
Trade deadline was crazy.
That trade deadline shook the league, right?
Man, it feels like, I don't know about y'all, it feels like months ago that this was this trade deadline. There's been so much happening since last week, man. But
between the Super Bowl and everything.
Man.
Yeah, exactly.
But for sure, the league is flipped around, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's start it off at the top, man, with the big superstar swap between Brooklyn and Philly.
Yeah.
With James Harden going over to Philly. And Brooklyn gets a haul. They get Ben Simmons. They get the big man in Drummond that they needed.
Yep.
They get a shooter in Seth Curry.
That's my favorite piece of it.
And 2 first-round picks.
Yeah. They got a first-round pick in 2022 and 2027. Yeah, bro. I mean, this has been, there was rumblings early in the day, Thursday, last week. We didn't really know if it was going to get done, man, but it got done, man.
It
Huge.
had to, man. A couple disgruntled superstars, man, right? So
yeah, apparently Harden and KD, they weren't seeing eye to eye on the offensive game style on what they wanted to play, man. But Harden going to Philly, huge. And weird way, both teams win in my eyes, man. This is a huge trade for Philly. You get a top 5 player in the league to match with the other top 5 player in the league with Embiid.
Some people calling it the new Shaq and Kobe. I'm not going to go on record to say
could
that.
Could be modern day Shaq and Kobe, man. It could be.
Slow down.
You know, prior to the trade, man, really Embiid was the only one on that roster that could really consistently get a shot. You know, get their own shot. Now you bring on Harden.
I love what it does for Philly, man.
Yeah.
We haven't quite seen it yet, and we won't see it till after the All-Star break. But it puts a lot of pieces right in where they need to be on their team.
Sure.
You know, Tobias Harris didn't need to be their number 2 option. He gets to take a backseat role.
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey as well. I feel like they were putting a lot of pressure on the young kid.
Yeah.
And it allows him to take a little of a backseat as well, man. I like it for Philly. I mean, they gave up a lot of capital, but I like it for them.
Well, see, there you go. That's why when you say they get up a lot of capital, I'm on the other side of the deal. Why I like it more for Brooklyn than I do for Philly, in my opinion. I mean, it all depends how Ben Simmons comes back into the game with the layoff he's been having and not playing. And, you know, obviously he's been getting fined per game for each game he wasn't playing. Right. but you know, you get, like you said, you get a big man in Drummond to be in the middle that they badly needed. I love the additional Seth Curry for them and getting that shooter just to be out there in the perimeter, bang them threes for them. Yeah. And now, like I said, it just depends how Ben Simmons comes back into the fold of the picture. Yep. You know, when they said that he won't have the issue like Kyrie, he's fully vaccinated, so none of that issue in New York that they were dealing with. So that helps a huge.
But they're still going to have to deal with it with Kyrie. I think they said he's only got like 8 games left this season that he could play. Talk about a part-time player, man.
That's why this trade was probably a must do, man. You had to. Now, I mean, not only you get a point guard in Ben Simmons, but you also get potential top 5, top 10 defensive player in the league. You know, what he brings on the defensive end, it's huge, you know, it's huge. And him being huge, exactly, is another, you know, you had the length and the size of the team. You know, see what KD's health coming, you know, after the All-Star break, heading towards the playoffs. Right now they're what? 7th?
I think they're in 8th place now.
8th place in the East, man. So
they
need to start picking it up.
Yeah, they're definitely in an uphill battle. And I like Seth Curry being your favorite piece. He's a Curry brother. He's going to be able to knock down some clutch shots for you, right? But my favorite part for Brooklyn is Andre Drummond, man.
Huge.
I feel like we've talked about it before, that's how some teams like what we talked about before was Philly beating them in the playoffs was because they didn't have a big man. And now they got interior defense and Andre Drummond, rebounding, hustle, man. He's going to give
me 20 minutes, man. Get a double-double. That's all we need from you, Drummond, man. Yeah. But my favorite piece of the trade, hands down, has got to be Paul Millsap. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, you guys mentioned it. Andre Drummond, Seth Curry, great additions to that roster. That depth we always mention with this team is, they had the star power, but the depth on the back end, man, it was lacking. But now you get some more life, man. And like I mentioned, I think both teams end up winners in this deal. Both teams.
You know, the 2 first, it's gonna come through. You know, you can't be mad at that. You know, that's just straight good value they got for Harden, well deserved. You know, best player of the deal is Harden, so you're gonna have to give up something to get him, you know. So, but I think, you know, one of my favorite trades, I think low key this team kind of just snuck in because nobody knew he was on the market was the Pacers getting Halliburton. To me, I think if a lot of teams knew he was on the market, they would so many squads would have been going out.
I agree, man. Like right before the deadline, there was so much talk about. I mean, well, first of all, let me go back and say that this deal shocked me completely.
That's a fact.
Because going into the trade deadline, there was so much talk about De'Aaron Fox being moved. And I didn't even see Sacramento as a potential landing spot for Sabonis. But I guess, you know, when you give up a young star, and Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, I think he is, then yeah, you could probably get you a nice big man and Sabonis over there, and you know, they get to refocus on Fox again. And allow him to, they've paired him with another superstar. So
like Buddy Hield was part of that deal too.
Like you mentioned it, man. We saw De'Aaron Fox, but we saw him with not really greatness around him. Yeah, they had the guards with that, you know, Halliburton and Davion Mitchell, but now you bring in a playmaking big that can handle the ball, you know, can make things happen in the post. In the deal after the deal that we can discuss as well is they moved Marvin Bagley,
right,
and that makes room for Deontay Sabonis. You know, when we first saw the deal with Halliburton moving and just getting Sabonis, but then now we know, okay, we moved Marvin Bagley, and now it kind of all makes sense, man.
It does.
And now let's see what De'Aaron Fox can be with the, you know, an upgrade for me in my eyes from Marvin Bagley to Sabonis.
And I mean, I like it. I like it for both teams, actually, because for Sacramento, not only does it bring in a superstar to pair with Fox, but it also allows them to get rid of that little headache that they were starting to create for themselves with those three good guards they had. And then obviously for Indy, man, they just get a bunch of good pieces, man. Tyrese is a great young guard. They got Buddy Hield in the deal. I mean, I like the way that one played out as well.
Yeah, now you free up Miles Turner to, you know, be Miles Turner. Yeah. You know, let's see what he can do now. Now the, you know, pressure's off, or pressure's on. You know, be the man that you say you're going to be. You know, you want to be a star, be a star. Yeah, they still got Chris Duarte. They got some pieces. They got some young blood now. Malcolm Brogdon. A deal that I like for sure. Well, not that I like, but we have to discuss is Kristaps Porzingis. The Mavs trade him to the Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie and Bertans. They split up Porzingis and Luka.
Wasn't working out. I mean, KP's a diva. He's a diva big man made of glass. I mean, at the end of the day, he can't stay on the court. And you know, he's not the favorite in the locker room either. So let somebody else deal with him. Let a rebuilding franchise like Washington deal with him. Dallas, they went and got a couple of nice pieces. I think Spencer Dinwiddie takes a little bit of pressure off of Luka to make plays. He's a playmaker. And then you know, Bertrand's a shooter. He's a stretch big man. So I mean, I say I take that all day for a guy that's not even playing. You know what I'm saying? Because Kristaps couldn't stay on the court.
That's a fact. Yeah.
And in turn, Washington sent Montrezl to Charlotte.
Yeah. That was another one. The deal after the deal. But
which is huge. That was a huge one. You know, maybe not huge. Let me take that back. But Montrezl going to, you know, we always talk about Charlotte needing, you know, defensive bigs.
I think Montrezl huge.
I love
for Charlotte.
Well, Montrezl is technically he's a big, but he's like 6'7". But no, he does bring his toughness, rebounding, scrappy defense. You know, a leader down in the block. You know, maybe run some pick and rolls with LaMelo, but
I mean, I like it. I like it a lot for them. He's bringing that toughness that Mason Plumlee is not necessarily bringing from the starting lineup. So I think it's exactly what they needed, and they got him for cheap too. You know, so that's the best part. They didn't have to, you know, overpay to go get exactly what they needed. And you know, now let's look out for Charlotte. They're in the play-in tournament right now. So look out for them to possibly make these playoffs and make a little bit of noise.
Yeah, for sure, man. Another deal I love, man. Now we talked about it is Boston. Boston getting Derek White from San Antonio.
He's a bucket.
He is a bucket. Brings that playmaking. He brings a scoring ability. You move on from Schroeder, and now you bring in Derek White in the fold. I like this deal. I mean, they gave up a hefty price. You know, they gave up Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, and 2 first-round picks to get it done. But you get a playmaking, you get a point guard. Now they can work with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
I like it a lot. Especially for a team trying to, you know, get over that hump, you know, in Boston. So I like it for them. And obviously I like it for the Spurs. You know, they got you know, pretty much a haul for him as well. And it also allows DeJounte Murray just that much more freedom to do whatever he wants to do. And continue dropping triple doubles, you know, because I'm not going to overlook the fact that he just passed David Robinson with his 15th triple double in a season. You know, so respect to DeJounte for proving why he's an all-star.
Speaking of All-Stars, All-Star Weekend is here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it, man. In Cleveland this year.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night, they got the Rising Stars. They got a little change to that this year. It's kind of cool. 4 teams now instead of 2. And, they split it up, 7 players each.
Okay.
And each team now has 3 sophomores, 3 rookies, and actually a G League player.
Oh,
so we're going to see a couple guys like Dyson Daniel and Jaden Harden in the game. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, Team Barry, they got Cade, they got Evan Mobley, Franz Wagner, and a couple Houston guys, and Tate and Şengün. Mm-hmm. And then Team Isaiah, they got Sadiq Bey, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton. Team Peyton got LaMelo, Scotty Barnes, Chris Duarte, Davian Mitchell, and then
I like that.
Team Worthy, they got the Magic Boys and Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, they got Jalen Green, Josh Giddey. So it should be fun. It should be interesting.
That's the athletic team right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that should be interesting. I like that the NBA changes things up, man. Keeps it fresh. I like it a lot. I think that's going to be fun, man.
I like that Team Peyton.
Yeah.
I like that Team Peyton setup. That looks
good look.
good.
I like that Team Peyton, LaMelo, and Scotty Barnes over there.
That's a good look. That's a good
David
look.
Mitchell is a good look too.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about what we all really came to see for All-Star Weekend, man. Let's talk about the celebrity game. No, I'm just kidding.
Who was in the celebrity game this year?
I think DJ Khaled. I don't know.
Oh, he the best, so they gonna win.
I don't know. Nah, but man, let's talk about the 3-point shooting contest, man.
All right, so let's talk about the 3-point shootout. That actually takes us straight to the Who You Got segment of the show.
Who you got?
Who you got? I knew who I had last week. Who y'all got?
They didn't go too well last week.
All right, so let's pop it off with the 3-point shootout.
Let's do it.
Let's run down the contestants, man. We starting at the top. We got Fred VanVleet out of Toronto Raptors. Mm-hmm. We got Desmond Bane representing the Memphis Grizzlies.
Good boy.
We got Luke Kennard from the Los Angeles Clippers.
He's a sharpshooter.
We got Zach LaVine from the Chicago Bulls. We got CJ McCollum representing now the New Orleans Pelicans. Mm-hmm. We got Patty Mills. We got Karl Anthony Towns holding it down
for the big man. For
the big man, and also for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And wrapping it all up, we got Trae Young, Ice Trae holding it down for ATL, Atlanta Hawks.
All right, so that's the contestants. Who y'all got?
Man, I'm going with CJ McCollum in this one.
I like that one.
To me, that's my guy. I think he's the one that's going to hold it down, represent for the Pelicans now.
Okay.
And,
I like the new life over there.
Mm-hmm. He came out hooping, man. He got traded and man, he came out hooping. I know he dropped 30 the other night.
Mm-hmm. He had a big double-double the other night. So.
It's a good pick. Who you got, man? I'm going with, I think the crowd favorite, hands down, probably the best shooter in this thing, Luke Kennard. Nah, I'm bull. Now, Luke Kennard might really end up winning the thing.
I mean, he does have the highest 3-point percentage in the league right now.
But my real pick is Zach LaVine, man. I like Zach LaVine shooting 39% from the 3-point line. Chicago's hot. He's hot. Pause.
We're not going to talk about a 3-point shootout and not talk about Ice Trae. I mean, you guys can take who you want. I'm going with the favorite here.
Okay.
Give me Ice Trae.
Good pick.
I like it. See, the 3-point contest to me, man, is set up for spot-up shooters. Ice Trae is more, ball in his hands. He like to do things off the dribble. Not taking anything away from his 3-point shooting.
I just feel like he's just like Steph Curry, man. They literally just post up right there and they could just nail him.
Shooters gonna shoot, man, for sure, man.
One after the other. No,
I agree. I like Zach LaVine, Trae Young.
That'd be dope though if Zach won it, man, because that he's one of few people that would win the dunk contest and the 3-point shootout, right?
Yeah,
so that'd be dope, man. But I mean, speaking of the dunk contest, we got hometown kid Cole Anthony.
Yes, sir.
We got the young boy rookie Jalen Green. We got Obi break the rim topping.
Yeah.
And then we got Juan Toscano Anderson.
Sounds like the one, man, representing for the Hispanics out there in the world, man.
But I'm not picking him here.
Nah, I ain't picking him here, man. You already know my pick. I'll make it easy for you. I'm taking Cole Anthony.
Taking Cole.
Yeah, I'm going down.
Hometown kid. I think I said it on the last episode. I'm going Jalen Green in this one.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, man. Y'all see the way Obi be going at that rim. I'm taking Obi, man. I think Obi gonna come out. He gonna represent.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I like it. All right, so I think we took 3 different picks in the dunk contest and the 3-point shootout.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Team LeBron versus Team KD.
This is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Team LeBron looks pretty stacked, right?
Sure do.
But I mean, KD,
Giannis, Steph Curry.
KD's got some big men because that's what he drafted for, right? When he left James Harden sitting on draft day for Rudy Gobert.
Just the last pick, man.
Hold on, let me hold my face like LeBron was doing. yo, did he make a mockery of James Harden or what? And all for nothing too, because
all for nothing. He ain't even in the game.
He ain't even in the game anymore. But hey, shout out to Cleveland's own Jared Allen,
Yes, sir.
making the All-Star game as a replacement.
I get it. I get it. I like it, man. But Pascal Siakam, maybe.
Yeah, he's playing good,
He's
man.
playing good. But I mean, I get the hometown love. Let's get another one in there.
I mean,
got him and
I
Darius. Him and
don't know
Darius.
why Jaylen Brown didn't make it, from Boston
That's
too.
another one. Yeah, it's another one. It's the hometown love, man. It's Cleveland. Nobody's going to Cleveland. You mentioned Team LeBron, man. Let's run it down, man. We got Giannis, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, Jokic, Jimmy Butler,
Luka
Doncic, Darius Garland, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Fred VanVleet.
And as we mentioned, James Harden's replaced by Jared Allen.
But yeah, James Harden replaced by Jared Allen. It's a stacked team, man. I see some shooters, man. I see some playmakers. Team KD, man. We got Joel Embiid, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum,
and your favorite pick.
Andrew Wiggins, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, Devin Booker, Rudy Gobert, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Karl Anthony Towns, JDino's favorite pick, DeJounte Murray.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm
call
here in the Kobe corner. I'm sticking with my Lakers. I'm going with Team LeBron on this one.
Okay.
It's a good pick.
I like it. I'm taking Team LeBron. I'm taking Team LeBron with you. I've looked at it. No KD. That's going to be rough.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's going to be rough.
Man, I got to go with the team with all these MVP caliber players on it. I'm going with Team LeBron, man. They have won the last 4 years straight, including last year, Team LeBron beat Team KD. I think lucky number 5 this year. I don't see why not.
It's a clean sweep. Call it.
Clean sweep.
I ain't mad at it. But just like last week, we switching it up a little bit, throw you a little curveball.
Okay.
Who you got for the All-Star game MVP?
Hey, look, man, I mentioned that team, Team LeBron, has a whole lot of MVP caliber players, former MVPs, reigning MVPs. But the MVP of Cleveland all time is LeBron James. Give me LeBron James doing it for the hometown.
Okay.
Back in Cleveland. I like it.
Okay. I'm going to keep it with Team LeBron, and I'm taking the first Bull since Michael Jordan to score 35 plus points, 6 straight games. He's probably playing the best ball of his career. I'm taking DeMar DeRozan, who's been getting MVP chance while he's out there shooting free throws. So I'm taking DeMar DeRozan.
I like
MVP.
I dig it. You know what? When it comes to sports betting, you should always hedge your bets, right? So I'm going to do this with a little twist right here.
Okay.
In the instance that Team LeBron does not win, I'm going to go with the dude that's been taking over the game.
Facts.
Headline after headline. We all know him. I'm taking Ja Morant.
Oh, I thought you were going Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, I was. You know what I'm saying? He had like 11 votes to the 12. You know,
Okay. Nah, man, Ja, yo.
I like it.
Anybody can do it, man. Ja can do it, man.
Thanks.
I like it. All-Star Weekend. Who y'all got, man? Let us know in the comments.
Who y'all got?
And y'all get involved, yo. Drop who you got in the comment section. You know, we'll get on there. We'll respond. We want to see where y'all head is at. What y'all thinking?
Facts.
Sure.
Facts.
Yo, hit us in the comments, man. For sure.
All right, gentlemen. Well, that's all the time we got for today, man. Appreciate y'all holding down y'all starting spots in the Kobe corner and the starting center spot. And as usual, thank you guys for watching. Shout out to them Rams for a huge Super Bowl win. Shout out to the Bengals for making it a game. And Joe Burrow. Obviously, I know this one stings. He said, obviously, this one stings. But we had a great year. Didn't come out the last game the way we wanted, but I think we still have something to celebrate. So obviously, celebrate your accomplishments. Never give up. check us out at sportjv.com. Check out the trending section. Like and subscribe us on YouTube. And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And speaking of never quitting, I got a quote from Michael Jordan. If you quit once, it becomes a habit. So never quit. Thank you guys for watching.